In this video, I'm going to take you through my initial first thoughts and 3 top tips for you to take away ahead of the ACCA Strategic Business Leader examination pre-C materials for the March 24 examination. Now, this video has been requested. Raynor has put eagerly waiting, James, for this video to come out. So if you're like Raynor and a subscriber, welcome back to the channel, you lucky people. My name is James. I'm here to help you today, taking you through my special notes that you can see here, and we're going to go through them on the screen as well. If you'd like access to them, make sure you click the link in the description of this video. They're there for you to download. And I'm also partnered up and affiliated with Astranti. You may have heard of them before. I'll put all of their details below. They offer a free mock paper for the ACCA SBL examination ahead of the March, September, June, December, whichever one you're doing. As I said, I am affiliated, and for complete transparency on the channel, if you were to purchase any of their small courses, I would get a minimal percentage to support the channel. But the reason why I partner with them is 2 things on that. They actually have a money-back guarantee that if you didn't like the course, you didn't like the material, they'll give you your money back straight away. And also, if you were to maybe fail the examination and you went through their whole course, you can have access to the materials all over again. So that's where the reason why, and just to be transparent as always for the channel. But let's get straight onto it. What did I think of the pre-C materials? This is what you guys will have got. And the first key tip for you to get down, deep breath for anyone who doesn't like football. Well, my first top tip is the football industry itself. Now, if you don't like football, I'm a Leicester City fan. I listen to TalkSport, Simon Jordan. When I read it through, I went, oh my gosh, I would love to do this examination. But then I'm thinking, for the students who have no interest in football, what is the reason why ACCA, I believe, have chosen to actually go down the sort of financial fair play and the football side of a company on here? Well, one reason is in the Premier League this year, Everton have been deducted points for breaking financial fair play regulations. Tottenham Hotspur, you may have been to their stadium. They are a football team in North London. I don't support them on there. I've never been to the stadium. But it's a case of they now use their stadium for music concerts, conferences on there, the NFL, England matches occasionally as well. It's not just a football stadium anymore, and it has a wide range of revenue streams on there, which are mentioned within this actual pre-C materials for the company Athletic Transcentral, which they've based it on. And the last one for you to get down in your notes, again, if you want to do a bit of research away from this, it's not based on real world examples. We need to base it on AT, which we'll come on to in a moment, is, for example, the stadium for Barcelona, traditionally always called the Nou Camp. But the way that the football industry is being monetized now, it's now called the Spotify Nou Camp on there. So hence, Spotify have sponsored it, and it is going to be another revenue stream. Well, that's all well being said, and it's marvellous that we're talking about the football industry, but this is where, so you can see and have a little breakdown, some of the notes, which again you can access, the link is down below, but the company which you're basing this on is called Athletic Transcentral, and that is where, quite simply, for your notes to get down so you're not confused, is they have a football club called Athletic Transcentral Football Club, and I've just put it there, plus Athletic Transcentral Company, the company that runs the football club. The ACCA pre-C materials treat those as the same entity, so as AT. That's the first thing for you to get down in your notes. Don't think there's sort of 2 different operations, and it's a single family who actually owns the company that operates the football club on there. But again, we can go into more detail in that. I'm going to be doing more videos on this to explain it bit by bit, so make sure you check out those when I load them onto the channel. Tip number 2 for you to get down, and just to be aware of so that you can see it in your notes, is the ACCA theories that are embedded within the actual pre-C materials that I've seen and sort of picked up on. So as you can see above me, we've got the ACCA key theories on there. SWOT analysis for you to get down in your notes, PESTEL, Porter's 5 forces, and sort of matrix, and then you've also got the Boston Consulting Group as well. there are hints as you go through and little flavours that all of these could be applied or tested in some way or another. I do not have a crystal ball. I cannot guarantee which one is going to come up. This is where you've just got to be on your toes and knowing all of the pre-seed materials as to which page it's on, where it relates to. And you can see on my notes on here, I'll put my mouse on it. In the notes I've done, I've sort of put Ansoff Matrix point here. So it's a potential about a sort of lead sponsor in that case. So AT on there, Athletic Transcentral, has a number of commercial sponsors, but has no sponsor being regarded as a lead sponsor on there. And then when you go down to the revenue at the bottom, you can see the sponsorship is the second highest type of revenue. So that sort of $64 million, that looks really undervalued, and there are major opportunities for AT to actually take advantage of. You can see on the right hand side now where we've got AT's core values, and this is where we've got transparency, players' conduct, the environment, community. Automatically I'm there and thinking there's a couple areas such as social, environmental, out of the PESTLE model that could definitely be applied and you could link your answers back to. Again, it's no absolute given or anything on those lines. It's just to highlight these are the pre-seed materials, and you've got to be aware no matter what they will throw at you on the exam day. We've got the breakdown of the actual board structure, but keeping it simple in terms of the actual theories. You can see as we come up here, there's a lot of notes to go through. We've got the income and expenditure nicely broken down for you, but the key one we're looking for here are the risks and threats. So broken down there about the loss of income, competition, and this is where we have the overlap as to, if you're not familiar with the football industry, about different leagues and going, if you're promoted to say the Premiership or Division 1 in this case here, these have significant impacts on the amount of revenue that the football clubs will actually generate. When it comes to the cup competitions or losing key players, illegal live streaming, damaging the club brand, those are all the key bits that you can see in the notes on the screen that I only underline the key aspects which I would be doing if I wanted to treat myself to the SBL examination. Try and keep it as simple as possible. And there are other sort of technical areas like financial fair play regulations. Just do a tad bit of reading on there. But in essence, it means that you can't just keep spending more and more and more money. You have to actually operate your business as a football club, as a going concern, and you can't just make losses year on year on year, which some football clubs have been doing in the real world. So this is where the real world application applies when you're doing your SBL examination on here. The last thing that I've put down on my notes that's, again, very technical on here is just a sort of nice summary of what Athletic Transcentral are actually sort of doing in the way they operate. Where if you had to summarise it, James, in a minute or two for a YouTube video, what would it be? And the best table to have a look at on here, you can see it in the blue, is that, just to be crystal clear, you've got Athletic Transcentral have a men's team, they have a women's team, and then they have a sort of junior academy team on there as well. But we're given the information for the men's team in Division 1, which is the top league on there. So this is where, as a sort of background and getting my football hat on now, as you can see on the table, over the last 3 years for the data we're given, they've remained in the top 8 actual teams within the Division 1, which is fantastic. However, as you can see, they're actually sliding down. They were 5th, then they went to 6th, and then they were 8th in the most up-to-date season. And the other key aspects are in terms of the actual revenue, excluding player trading. So if you look at Maritime compared to Athletic, they have nearly twice as much revenue and nearly 2 times the capacity of the stadium. But let me just give you some context on that. So the team has actually been performing worse and worse. They've gone from 5th down to 8th. But ACCA always give us some financial information and sort of selected summaries. But if we look at the total revenue in isolation now for AT, and over from 2001 to 2002 to 2003, the total revenue of the football club has actually been increasing. And we still know there are opportunities of sponsorship, looking at other sort of different revenue streams, the club shop, expansion, a new stadium. They've also hinted at on there. But these are the sort of matters that you need to be having in your mind going into your ACCA SBL examination, that the football club's doing okay from a financial perspective, but if they were to drop out of that Division 1, then that is where they could have some financial implications, especially from the revenue. Other areas to pick up on in terms of the board structure, the ethics will definitely be on your examination in one way or another. So again, we'll be doing more videos on this. Make sure you check them out on the channel. I'm going to link it at the end here. Click one of the boxes for the SBL playlist, and I'll see you on the other side, because you're going to subscribe, because you're not going to want to miss out. So be sure to like this video, and if you've got any questions, leave them below. But best of luck with your revision, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.